As a man that grew up in the era of the Cosby Show, A Different World, things of that matter, what do you attribute, or what responsibility does black media hold in the picture that we paint for our youth and how we're raising up that next generation?
Great question. If my friend Jesse Jackson was here, I was in Chicago a few weeks ago and I saw Reverend Jackson. I already seen him out there, especially now he has Parkinson's and we all at some point end up doing that dance with mortality, right? At some point we all have to do that dance with mortality. Jesse's doing that dance with mortality right now. So I never go to Chicago without seeing him. When I go to Chicago, there are two folks I always check in on. I check in on Jesse and I go see Mr. Farr. I always go see them when I'm in town. It's just the other coming home. Because I know they're in those final days. But Jesse, with Jesse, as y'all know, everything's a rhyme, right? Up with hope and down with dope. Hope in your brain, not dope in your veins. From the outhouse to the White House. Hands that pick cotton but not pick the president. Everything with Jesse's a rhyme, right? But Jesse said to me many years ago, something I've never forgotten. He said, content without context is pretext. Content without context is pretext. So your answer requires some contextualization, which I'll do in just a second here. The other thing Jesse said all the time is there's a slummy side to everything. There's also a sunny side to everything. The slummy side and the sunny side. The slummy side is that the media, as you well know, I'm not saying anything you haven't already realized, the media for so long has painted a particular picture of us that is unsavory in so many ways. And to be clear, sometimes, as mentioned earlier, we have given them ammunition in this process. That's not a good thing, right? But the flip side of that, though, is that the black media in particular, which is why I bought this radio station, the black media in particular are more necessary and more relevant now than ever before. One, because we have got to be responsible for rebranding, Yolanda, rebranding ourselves, right? We have to rebrand ourselves. We're responsible for that. But the black media plays a role in it because there's some questions that don't get asked if we don't ask it. There's some issues that don't get raised if we don't raise them. And there are a lot of people who are doing some great work in our community who don't get profiled if we don't profile them. I was just talking to Cheryl. She was telling this great trip that they took to Greece, where she took all these speakers to Greece and exposed them, profiled them, pushed them out. They're saying, hey, I see they're doing now. Identifying these people who have a gift, helping them to cultivate that gift and pushing them out there. That's something to rebrand who we are and what the world thinks of us when we show up and they see us. So the media plays there's no question about the role they play in that. I said to somebody yesterday that the older I get, it's got a big birthday a few weeks ago, the older I get, the more I am focused on us and not them. Whatever time I have left in my life, I don't want to focus on them. I want to try to help us. And that's why I'm here supporting Cheryl, because that's what Cheryl's trying to help us. And so we can complain all day long about the media's portrayal of us. One, we got to stop giving them ammunition. But two, do the part that we have to play to rebrand ourselves. And again, that's why I'm here, because I see every one of you as part of the process of helping to rebrand what the world thinks of us, what the world sees when we show up. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Thank you. Yes.